I'm Ravi Nana, working for Cargill as a technical service manager. Today, I would like to talk and respond to some of the questions a customer has asked with the current market trends. The first one being, what are the bulking agents Cargill offers when working with label-friendly and reduced sugar confectionery formulations? Now, the term label friendly can be very subjective. It may reflect the desire for minimally processed, organic, or avoidance of non-GMO or artificial ingredients like colors, flavors, or high-potency sweeteners. Now, as you may know, sucrose and corn syrup make up the main bulk for most of the confectionery products. Both these ingredients play an important functions. It attributes to body, mouthfeel, sweetness, texture, boiling point, shelf life, and corn syrup even act as a crystallization control and in some caramelization reaction or Maillard reactions. Cargill offers products like tapioca syrup, chicory root fiber, cane sugar, and brown sugar, which are label friendly and can be used in most of the confectionery product. As more products are launched with tapioca syrup, there is an increased awareness among the consumers. Cargill offers non-GMO and organic tapioca syrup from 2060, 43DE, 63DE, as well as 50% high maltose. Now, carbohydrate composition of our tapioca syrup is very similar to our corn-based syrup. It can be replaced at 1-to-1 in existing formula with similar functionality with very little change in viscosity or hygroscopicity. Tapioca can be used in most of the confectionery applications like gummies, starch jellies, chews, hard candies, nutritional bar, etc. Uh, Brown sugar can be used in some of the caramel type applications where color is not that critical. It can be used in fudge and toffee as well. Now, for reduced sugar, Cargill offers reduced sugar corn or tapioca based Vocera. It has sweetness of about 40%, where mono and diglycerides are reduced to about 25%, and higher polysaccharides are broken down to reduce the viscosity of the syrup, bringing it very close to 43D. It can be used in gummy formulations as 1-to-1 replacement for 43D glucose syrup. It will at least bring the double-digit sugar content per serving of the gummies to single-digit. Sweetness can be balanced by adding few ppm of stevia. It works well in the fruit leather or fruit snacks and hard candy. For nutritional bar, it can be added in the binding syrup for sugar reduction. Now, consumer perceive chicory root fiber more positively compared to other commercially available soluble fibers. It comes both in powder and liquid form. It has a bland flavor profile. It helps with weight management and it adds fiber, lower the calorie and sugar content as well. Now, liquid grade impart sweetness as well. It can be used as a bulking agent in variety of applications like functional or dietary supplement gummies or as a binder in nutritional bars. In US, regulation permits to combine nutritive sweeteners with polyols and high potency sweetener to achieve your sugar reduction goal. So in many applications, it may not be difficult to achieve sugar reductions if there are options to use polyol like erythritol, sorbitol, maltitol, isomalt, xylitol are open. Now, maltitol syrup with low maltitol content of about 50 to 55% maltitol can be used to replace corn syrup and some sugar in gummy formula or in binding syrup for nutritional bars. 50% reduced sugar hard-boiled candy can be made with isomalt, sugar, and corn syrup. Erythritol can be used in reduced sugar confectionery application with few exceptions because of the low solubility and high speed of crystallization as well as high negative heat of solution. It has 0 calorie and 0 glycemic index and highest digestive tolerance amongst the polyol family. Low hygroscopicity makes erythritol an ideal ingredient for use in sanding of confections like gummies. It has similar crystal structure as sucrose, so the appearance would be similar. Cooling effect of erythritol is beneficial to chewing gum and breath mint. Besides imparting a high cooling effect, it does help with the shelf life of chewing gum as well. Both granular and fine mill powder can be used in chewing gum for specific texture attributes. In formulating nutritional bar, fine powder erythritol is useful ingredients to adjust nutritional profile from sugar and calorie point of view. Now coming to question 2, what keto-friendly ingredients can I use for low net carb in confectionery applications? Now, key elements of keto diet is to increase the fat and keeping the digestible simple sugars carb at bare minimum, whereby body will burn the fat as a fuel and not the carb. Now, typical keto formulations will range the fat from 70 to 80%, protein about 10 to 20%, and carb about 5 to 10%. Cargill offers polyol like erythritol, isomalt, maltitol, and sorbitol, and soluble fiber like chicory root, and dietary fiber fine corn bran from our corn dry milling operations. High potency sweetener product aligned for getting this right sweetness. Polyols and fibers, even though both are considered carbohydrates, they are absorbed and digested differently than simple sugars. They are low in glycemic index and do not raise blood sugar. As a result, they are subtracted from total carbohydrates for net carb calculations. Even though chocolate is relatively high in fat, it still has high carb in the form of added simple sugars. Here you can replace simple sugar with sugar alcohols like erythritol, maltitol, or isomalt. Erythritol has high negative heat of solution, which will result in high cooling effect, which is undesirable and uncharacteristic of chocolate coating, unless you want mint chocolate. Cooling effect can be reduced by incorporations of positive heat of solution ingredients like chicory root fiber, polydextrose, or soluble dextrins. Protein helps to a certain extent, and increasing the fat will coat some of the erythritol crystals, resulting in reduction in cooling effect. Now, dark chocolate coating with a high amount of cocoa liqueur and cocoa butter will have less pronounced cooling effect than milk chocolate. Erythritol can be used in lozenges where fine mill powder is mixed with gelatin or gum acacia and dough is rolled out and stamped into desired shape and then dry. It makes smooth lozenges. Cargill offers direct compressible grade DC erythritol for breath mint. Our trial with DC erythritol has shown that the hardness achieved with DC erythritol is higher or comparable to mannitol and xylitol at some same compressible force. It works well in fondant, mint patty type applications as well. Erythritol is also widely used in nutritional bar in reducing sugar and calorie. At lower level, erythritol can be used with other soluble fibers or sugar alcohol like isomalt or polyglycitol to form lollipop by tradition hard candy process. You can form a hard candy with erythritol in crystallized form by depositing into mold. It will be opaque and in crystallized state and not like a glassy state. When co-processed with carrageenan and chicory root fiber, it delays the crystallization and reduces the cooling effect by coating erythritol crystals. Isomalt is preferred choice for sugar-free hard candy. Low maltitol content with maltitol syrup and polyglycitol are often used with isomalt to make hard candy. Erythritol works well in chewing gum as well. Maltitol syrup work well with no added sugar, no sugar added caramel. Now, erythritol can be used in crystallized fudge together with chicory root fiber. Sorbitol is widely used in sugar-free chewing gum as a bulk, and it is used in most of the confectionery as a humectant. We offer stevia product Truvia, Viatec, and Eversweet as high potency sweeteners and can be used in confectionery formulations depending upon sugar reduction goals. Our Viatec works very well in reduced sugar or sugar-free chocolate coating. As I mentioned earlier, chicory root fiber is another keto-friendly ingredient one can use in many confectionery applications like gummies, chocolate coating, caramel fudge, toffee, chews, nutritional bar, etc. Our fine bran, which is dry milled product with fine granulations and more than 70% dietary fiber, can be used to improve fiber content. It is cost-effective bulk and dietary fiber in application where it can be used. Our innovations scientists are always looking for new bulking agents, fibers, or high potency sweeteners. So more on the horizon in future. Now for the last questions. What does Cargill offer as a flavor modulator or modifier approved by Flavor Extract Manufacturing Association body or FEMA? Cargill has a number of products which are approved by FEMA as flavors. Erythritol is one of them. It has qualitative synergy when used with high potency sweetness. It improves the flavor and aftertaste by decreasing the attributes like bitterness, astringency, sourness, and licorice notes. It improves the mouthfeel by adding body and smoothness. It rounds up the sweetness and brings it closer to sucrose. Current maximum usage limit of erythritol as a flavor in alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage, fruit ices, instant coffee and tea, and processed food is 1.25%. In breakfast cereal, nuts, other grains, imitation dairy, frozen dairy, and milk product, it is at 1.75. If used at recommended level and in the FEMA guidelines, it can be listed as natural flavor. Cargill application scientists continually use erythritol for its flavor modifying properties when working with beverages formula with high potency sweeteners or other bitter compounds. They found success at as low as 0.5%. It enhances citrus notes, improves quality of the sweetness in tea, and reduces bitter taste. It has well-balanced sweetness intensity and onset sweetness with milk chocolate character. Number of our stevia products are on the approved FEMA list. Eversweet, which is Rab M and Rab D, derived via fermentation, is approved at maximum 20 ppm as a flavor in alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverage, frozen dairy, fruit ices, imitation dairy, processed fruit, milk product, instant coffee, and tea. It can be part of the flavor system to reduce the sour aftertaste, reduce bitterness and astringency in cranberry juice, or uh, it can be used uh, in other milk, chocolate milk product as well. Our enzyme treated stevia can be part of the flavor system to enhance sweet aftertaste, chocolate flavor, and improved fruity notes. It is permitted at 65 ppm in non-alcoholic beverage, frozen dairy, instant coffee and tea, milk products, and imitation dairy products. We found ETS to be effective even at 40 to 50 ppm range in beverage with fruit juice and tea application. It rounds up the sweetness well. It cost effective at lower end of SEV spectrum when working on reduced sugar product and thereby uh, could be some cost saving as well. Our legacy stevia like RA80 is permitted at 35 ppm and RA97 at 30 ppm in many food and beverage applications including confectionery. So you can have erythritol and stevia product in your toolbox as a flavor modulators. Thank you for listening to me. Please reach out if you have any questions.